Hello everyone, this is Raji. In this video, let us learn how to filter hide date and end date using a one slicer. So if you observe the data here, employee data. So here we have two fields, hide date and end date. So if you want a date slicer in the report to filter these two dates, so there are many ways of doing this. So let us learn a simple way to build this slicer which extract the data between hide date and end date. So for this, first we have to create a date table. So let me first add a date table here. So under modeling tab, I am creating a new table. So this is the calendar table I have already entered. So I am simply clicking enter. So this is the date table now. So let me mark this as date table. So I am marking this as date table. So we have no relationship date, click OK. So this is date table now. So here if we observe the relationships, there is no relationship between employee data and calendar, but let us establish this relationship filters using this filters pane. So first we have to create a measure. So we will create a new DAX measure to filter the data instead of relationship. This means we can create a DAX measure and then use it as a filter from the visual. So the DAX measure, let us create a measure. Here right click, add new measure. Let me name this as date range. Date range equal to, so I am using the variables variables like hide date equal to, use the function first date from calendar table date. Again I will take another variable end date equal to last date. So I am taking these two variables. Now I will write the function return if I am using selected value function from employee data hide date is greater than or equal to our variable hide date and selected value employee data end date is less than or equal to our another variable end date and selected value, employee data, hire date is not equal to blank, comma, if it is true 1, else 0. If it is in range, it will return 1, else 0. So I have created the measure. So here the two variables hire date and end date are variables that pick the selected date range from the slicer. The if statement checks if the from date is after the hire date and to date is before the end date. As there may be nulls in the hire date, there is last check to see if the date is equal to blank. So let us take a table visual and add the details like employee name, department, hire date, end date. So now if we take a slicer and add from calendar table date, because since there is no relationship, it does not give, this table will not be changed. But if we add our measure date range to the table, then we can see if the hire date and end date is in between this range, it will give 1. So I have selected from March 14th to May 1st, 2020. So if it is in this range, it will give 1 as the result, or else it will give 0. So let us use this measure as visual filter. Now select this table and add this measure date range to the filter pane, and I will set is equal to 1. So this means if I have selected the rule as equal to 1, this means only those rows that fits in the range, in this range. So see, if there are employee between this range, it will give the output, else it will not show the result. So this is how you can filter a data using one single slicers if you have two dates, that is hire date and end date. So this is all about today's video. Thank you.